Hello everyone, welcome back to more chess. We're playing 1510 as white against Anand Opal. Go ahead and play some normal King's Pawn opening stuff. I think we like bishop here usually. Okay, they're not allowing this. Let's just tuck the bishop in before castling. I don't think it makes much difference. It lets me get a bishop here someday sooner, maybe. Okay, so yeah, this, sure, but castles. I wonder, might it be worth it to do this and like prevent castling for my opponent, kingside? I don't think I want to trade. Like it's not a great bishop, but the knight is even worse, right? Like where's he gonna go? Here and be just shut down by this pawn? He has a long way to go before he can do anything good. This, I guess, right? So I don't think I'm happy to make this trade, even if it does stop them castling. But I don't often get this opportunity, so I guess I should think about it. I don't know. Let's just get a knight headed here. It's kind of tough to do anything productive with this bishop, sadly. I don't really want to go here. Forcing this. So I'd like to do something about this bishop, I guess. Well, doesn't this accomplish that? Ah, no, then the bishop can go home. Okay. So I can go here, and then the bishop goes home, and, like, who's happier? Them, not me, right? And I don't really mind the bishop hanging out here. It's not really any more threatening than here, I don't think. Except that it would, like, let me do this. But my knight would just be pretty unhappy over here. So I don't think I'll do any of that nonsense. Let's just, this knight is a little bit hard to chase away. I don't know. I guess it lets them do something with this knight more quickly. Yeah, so let's not go in here. What do I do then? Stop the bishop getting here. This seems pretty good. X-raying this and the undefended knight, right? So they have to defend the knight, say, with the bishop. Or the other knight. Ah. That's the problem. So I can back up, and then if chased here, but I'm kind of running in reverse. Maybe, now that my bishop is under attack, it might be reasonable to trade it for this knight and take away their castling rights. Because they don't want to go queenside, right? Now that they've made this b-pawn push. And so this kind of traps their king in the center, which is something I could try to exploit somehow with a pawn break. I don't know, here. Yeah, I just really don't like this. Well, maybe if here, I don't budge. I make them take me, and then I get this. But this pawn is still, like, an absolute fortress. I'm not getting in there. I don't think I want to spend a bunch of moves retreating while they get to advance these pawns. So I'm just going to trade this. Well, no. Yeah, let's stop them castling. I'm at least getting something out of this deal. And now this knight is fairly useful. He also allows me to get this bishop here without worrying about this. Because the knight is guarding, right? And I want to put a bishop here. Well, do I? I think they might be happy to trade. Their dark square bishop is sort of redundant with the pawns. I could also just improve the queen, put her here. Whoops. Here. Why is it that I have so much more trouble drawing arrows and moving pieces? I'm not sure. I mean, threatening this. But I think I would be okay with that, right? I like the idea of opening this up. Even if it doesn't, like, actually get an attack because there's this well-reinforced pawn here, it would give me an outpost square here, which would be a nice place to get a knight somehow. Currently, it's impossible, I guess, because these two pawns are controlling the two ways I would want to get in. And this pawn controls the other entry squares. I guess the problem is I don't really want to give up this pawn. No, I do. I don't mind putting him here, I think. Well, what if this? While the knight is still here. I don't think they want to allow this, do they? No. So they would take here, and then I take here? Yeah, let's go with that. I dare you to trade your good bishop for my admittedly good knight, but there are other problems, I think. I guess knight here blocks this, and then I have to figure out what to do about this guy. But I could chase the knight, or just trade. Trade doesn't really work because takes, and my bishop is looking stupid. So maybe this. They might try bishop. Okay, they're going to go for the trade. Fine. I feel like I just traded my good bishop for their bad one. Not sure why that seemed like such a great plan. Now this is a big threat, obviously. It threatens here. Like, it does break this pawn down, I think. Yeah, let's go for it. It's attacked twice, defended twice. Can't be attacked again. And they have to do something about it, or else this, or this, which are both okay with me. I think they should retreat one of the pieces and then make me do this. That's the least favorable outcome that I get, I think. Here, here. And then... Oh, they're not going to. Okay. They're opening this up. Well, half opening it, I guess. And making they no longer have this immense pawn. I'm very happy with that. Even if it means they have this half open file, I can support it with a pawn and a rook. Like, I should be okay. And I get a half open file as well, but it's better supported by their pawns. But it's just like this could be an avenue inward if I start marching the pawn, for example. I think I'm happy with this, right? That bishop is quite good. What about here? Here? I don't know, it just gets kicked. What's the point, right? Here. Here. This is horrible. Loses to the queen to the knight. But there is this. Check. Pick up the pawn. Maybe go for that first? Yeah, I don't want to let the queen get here defending this rook. So check. Ah, they block like so. I see. So this doesn't work. Is there anything I can do to stop them advancing that pawn? Well, yeah, draw the queen here. And now this block, I still win the pawn. Okay. And this defends the pawn, by the way, which may be useful if there's some knight discovery, like this. Or this. Which comes with check. Although it just throws away the knight, so probably not so great. This is a greedy play, but I think it's fine. That was the point of this attack. Okay. So I can go back here and check again. I don't think they mind playing king there, but it lets me like get my queen back to relative safety. It's not even that safe. There's just like this then. Maybe I want to like hang on to this? I don't know. I worry that this file is not safe for her, right? This is currently her only safe exit along this file. And so like if this rook move comes after this is cut off, I could be in danger. I don't know, getting this knight here is pretty cool. Defending here is pretty cool. I'm just worried about what's going to happen to the queen. If I go here, they just like move the king, and then I do something, and then they dislodge my queen, and she doesn't have anywhere great to go. It has to be like here, and she gets chased again. I'm actually not very comfortable with how she's looking right now, actually. What about this to try and dislodge the knight? Oh, and also clear my own knight out so that I can get out this way eventually. Or like, I don't know, to here? Here? I don't really want to open this up. Yeah, that would be bad. This just gets the knight to move, like, almost for free, right? Where does he go? Here? Oh, yeah. No, the knight, Let's get the queen to some safety with tempo, and then attack the knight. And now she has, like, lateral escapes available, which both target the king side and attack the queen, forcing them to do something about it. I imagine, like, knight here, probably, or here. Maybe even here. But the knight has to retreat, I think. I don't think he would be so happy to be traded off like this. Well, Okay, he retreats. So I like queen here, but I don't have to play it right away. What about this? The queen has some pressure here. I'd like to activate the rook. I'm not sure what I should be trying to do to these pawns, but probably break them down, right? I want to attack these pawns. It's just like, after this, they can push, and then what have I accomplished? I guess knight here, maybe, makes them a little uncomfortable. I could go for this, fixing it in place and then attack it, but then they just like, no, maybe that's okay. I don't see any danger to my pieces right now, so let's just work on these pawns. So this was the idea. If attacked, they can queen trade. I don't know if they should or not. On the one hand, I seem to be the one attacking. On the other hand, I am up a pawn. They probably should trade. But then I get this cool knight. I don't know. I definitely am taking with the knight, not the pawn, though, for sure. Okay, yeah, this knight here is going to be a nuisance. They'll probably kick him real soon. But I'm attacking here? Well, okay, but it's guarded by a knight. So maybe we back off after being pushed? Ready to jump back into the fray when the pawns budge? I guess I should pay some attention to attacking potential my opponent may have against me. They do have two rooks kind of in the vicinity, but like these pawns are not so great, I don't think. Okay, yeah. This is under threat now. That's true. I can't really defend it except by putting a rook behind it, which seems fine. I don't want to move this rook because he's important for this push that I want to make. I think this one can afford to go there. Are they going to try to double? No, they're going to kick the knight now. Okay, but we were going here. Guarding the pawn a second time, so now doubling is not so amazing. But they do have a pretty nice array of pawns here. And my c-pawn is a bit weak, because he can't move and he's not doing anything right now. Yeah, I guess maybe if they double and then make a pawn push, I can't take because I would be losing a rook in the end. And so they can add defenders that way, or attackers rather. So maybe I have to get my king over here as another defender for this this area, and perhaps even the pawn itself. This feels premature, right? Takes. I don't think I can like shut it down that way. That doesn't seem very useful. I could just let the tension stew for a minute, I guess, if I wanted. Just do nothing here. If takes, then rook takes would be okay. But if they add another attacker, I might be in a little trouble. No, I would just take then, I think. I think I just stand pat with these pawns and go in for this with the knight as my planned defender in case they force me to take here, or I don't know. Can I afford this here? Suppose takes. If I take with rook immediately, he's kind of sidelined. I don't know. This is a cool pawn to be attacking. I think the knight and the rook are enough to take care of everything over here, aren't they? No, because then I won't be able to take, ever. This pawn will become pinned, and they'll just pile up on it. So what is here, here, here? Am I okay then? Suppose they do nothing. Takes. This would also be no good. But if instead takes, that would be sort of fine, I think. I could add an attacker here. And this... I have some trouble hanging onto this side. I don't think that's very good. I don't see myself able to do much of anything at the moment besides this. I don't love that capture because it does give them this file. But trading rooks is, I think, a good idea for me in general. And I get this, right? Which is still useful, I think. And I do actually have most of the entries. Oh, I see. This would be kind of a problem, wouldn't it? The knight's in danger now. Well, here would be okay. Yeah, the rook can't get to my pawns because the knight is guarding this entry. And I'm threatening this. So I guess they probably come here and then here? But then they get all the way to the back rank, and that's maybe not so great. Okay, now I have time to get the king over here. And it's much harder for the rook to enter. I guess this is maybe an idea they might have. Here, 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 here. I don't like very much. So step up one more time with the king first. No, the rook can always pivot here if there's no knight there. Try to trade rooks? Sure. Okay, now I have to convert this one pawn advantage into a victory. No problem if I were a good player, but we shall see. Where is he going? Over to one of these squares, I assume. Or actually, this might be okay. Yeah, because I can't defend that pawn so easily. My king can. But he needs a little bit of time, so I'll do that before I launch anything over here. Actually, this would be bad because it's met by this. I have to move the knight, and then they just take. Okay. So, I could just defend. But I can also defend here, and then threaten this. My queenside is a little bit bad. I see. So they're kind of trying to break it down like that, huh? I think what we need to do is prepare to not budge after some pawn pushes. Because they can't push this one, I get to go here. So this is the only push they have, and I think this pawn is a sufficient defender. I want the queenside locked down so that I can make progress over here. Yeah, and then just don't do anything about that move. So I assume knight here to defend the pawn? No. Okay. Now I think this pawn push makes the knight pretty sad. The only place he can really go is here. Ah, right. The whole point was I had this. Defend the knight. And now if takes is fine with me. And I'm not sure exactly what to do with this knight, but probably centralizing him to here is okay. Or I could just defend him. I don't know. Then this king move is kind of annoying, isn't it? Yeah, let's get him here. I'm worried that the king and pawn might overwhelm this pawn if left alone. What about just here? Take that guy if you want him. The knight has to move, presumably here. To try and protect this. But then king up, right? Yeah, let's go for that. Don't worry so much about their own threat. It's going to take them a while to untangle all this. And then once knight here, we have king here. King e5. Try to use letters and numbers. Oh, I don't like that. What? Yeah, this just queens. Oh my god, it doesn't. I'm so bad. The fork. Ugh. I should have thought about it some more. Okay, well, there goes some of my advantage. Does this check do anything? I don't think so. They just attack me, and what can I do except go back? Oh, this is so upsetting. Oh my god, they're getting the other pawn. No! Forks, please stop. Okay, we should try to go to a dark square, I think. No, a light square. I hate this. I really need to win this pawn, because with just a knight, I can't checkmate. I need to not lose my own pawn, also. Don't go here. Check? I don't know, how do I get to this pawn? I don't think I can. Maybe step over here. With the idea of this. maybe? I don't know, it doesn't really do anything. That's illegal. I meant this, of course. Why did I mean that? I don't know. Oh god, they're threatening to pile up on my pawn even. Okay, let's chase the king away. This is a shameful ending. Yeah, this would be good for them, I think. Not really sure what I'm supposed to do about it, even. King here is illegal. King here, and I'm not defending the pawn at all? King up? But I can't ever push the pawn, right? Unless I'm willing to offer a draw. This is the worst. I just like don't really pay much attention to pawns in Night Fork. Like, you know, I don't really notice a lot of Night Forks anyway. But if I were going to notice them, it wouldn't be. Oh, wait a minute. What is this good? So this is a draw, right? Yes. Um, so I can have that if I want it. What about this first? Just doesn't seem to do anything. How do I even attack this pawn? It's like freaking impossible. Here. But then they just take this, right? And then I'm the one having to prove I can stop this pawn. I think I have to take the draw. I'm mad. I don't know. I'm as mad as I ever get at chess, which is like not very. I guess I could try pawn push. Give up the knight and then make me track down the pawn, but it's not hard to track down the pawn, so I'm pretty sure this is a draw. Man, if I hadn't blundered those two connected passers, that would have been pretty cool, huh? I don't know. I don't even see any way for them to not off like to not to threaten not to draw. They can't capture here except with the pawn, in which case I take the pawn and it's a draw. And if they try something other than capturing, I can take one of their pieces, at which point they won't have enough material to checkmate. So okay, they accept the draw offer. Fine. Well, that was a kind of frustrating ending. Let's see what the computer says. I'm sure I had some blunders before then, but that was the one that those were the ones that really made me unhappy. Yeah, look at that. I guess this is my mistake. Okay, here's a huge blunder apparently that we both missed. Huh. Okay. So I played this, and I thought the queen was going to be okay, but she's not. This just kills her. Yep. I thought, chase the knight away, they have to run with the knight, that secures my queen's future escaping. But it doesn't. They can ignore the knight threat and go for this, and I'm toast. I can go here, but that doesn't last long, I think. Oh no, I can't even do that because I just put my pawn in the way. Yeah. So almost any move would be better than this. This one seems fine. Apparently this is bad. I thought I might like to trade knights, but maybe that's not what's going on. Maybe I'm supposed to do this to stop them breaking down my center pawn? That's better. This creating a pocket for the queen here, maybe? Because the thing is, as long as this square is open, I'm not really so afraid of this move, I think. If, you know, for example, here, then they attack, I back up, say they chase me down, I can come back, I think, and be totally safe here. So, I don't know. I don't see any pawns in imminent danger either, so I'm not sure why all of my moves are like dropping a pawn. What's the answer? Hmm. Try to break that down. Yeah, the queen is safe here. You don't have to do something about her. Sure. I wanted to break this down eventually, but I never really quite got around to it. And if here... then knight here, I guess. No? Don't worry about that pawn. You'll pick it up eventually. Okay, whatever. It hates this. Oh, because the queen has the same problem, right? No, now she can get out this way. I guess it's this again? I thought I wanted to play this move, but I wanted to stop the pawn from escaping first. But I guess it's just like I don't have time to play two moves over here because they're going to start bringing pieces onto this file. So I have to go for this while I can. Not here, huh? Okay. So we go in for this. And we give up this pawn. I don't really understand why. Okay, I guess this is pretty cool. Rook d1. How many mistakes did I have? Okay, 3 blunders. Rook d1 it doesn't like. I can't do this, right? I guess I can. Now... Yeah. Now that there's not this rook vulnerable here, I can try breaking this down. The idea of winning this pawn is appealing, but doesn't actually work. No, apparently that's bad. This just lets them break down my position for no clear reason. I don't know, it gives me 2 connected passers. No, they get the rook in. Okay. So rook here is something I want to try to prevent, I guess. But my idea was to prevent it this way. By saying, fine, come on in, but you can't do anything. Well, right, but here, sorry. Here first, then here, they come all the way back. And can, like, threaten these pawns. Once I get my king up. Oh, so I'm supposed to go here first. Yeah. I did this eventually to control these squares. But I should have done it sooner. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Omega blunder. Just like anything is... No, not anything. This. It's dropping the knight, but who cares? It prefers escape with the knight. And then bring the king over to help. Sure. And now that there's no fork, I can do this. It says run away with the knight, which I don't understand. I would have guessed this. Because then I can't actually promote. I mean, I can, but... I don't know. I guess that's fine. I have enough material at that point. Yeah, okay. So, actually, I'm a little surprised that there was only... that this was my last blunder. I thought that losing this pawn was going to be a blunder as well. But apparently I just can't help it. Yeah, because my knight is kind of tied down. I see. I left my knight vulnerable, and then I put my king in a spot where, like, he's got other stuff to do. So I have to come over here, and then the knight can blockade this guy, or eventually track him down. I don't know, it seems to me like I should be winning here. But I guess I just can't quite do anything with these 2 pawns. Huh. Seems like I should be able to do something. But I guess not. Okay. Well, that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.